Okay, so yesterday I had the fairly new Keri One Touch Prosthesis CMC joint replacement. Uh, Nice thing, the only thing I've got on me is the little bit of cloth they put over to protect the wound and an ace bandage. No cast, no splint, no nothing, which is kind of great. Uh, some of you may be saying, why do you have a guitar in your hand if your hand's messed up and you can't play? Well, because I intend to be playing as fast as I can and have the fastest recovery anyone's ever seen. So this goes in my hand every single day as motivation. Now, if you're a guitar player, you're sitting there going, why do you have a 2002 Petrucci JP6 in Music Man guitar in your hand? Because that's kind of the way we think. And the answer is because it's cool. All right. So how did the surgery go? And I do plan to do one of these every couple of days to kind of track and see how it is. So the first thing I did is I got there about noon to Kaiser Surgery Center there in Anaheim Hills. Have to tell you, everybody there is the utmost professional. I feel truly blessed to have Kaiser as my insurance. I know some people feel differently, but that's been my experience. I also had an incredible Harvard-trained doctor. I'm not going to mention names out of respect because I didn't get their permission. But if you want to DM me and you are in Southern California and you have Kaiser, I'm happy to give you their names. They were all incredible. And I will say the nursing staff that checked me in, to the team in recovery, to everything, I couldn't ask for more. There's just nothing more you could ask for. So now on to the surgery. So I went in, of course, got set up and everything. IV started, checked me out, blood pressure, heart, all that kind of good stuff. Pre-surgery, they give you 2 Tylenol and something called, I think it was gamma-fentin or gamma-fetfen, something like that. It's a little bit of anxiety medicine. Doesn't work. Still had a little bit. And you do have to wait a little bit because they do have to let things get in your system. They got things they got to check. They got to prepare for the surgery. I'm an easygoing person, so when they come in and tell me, hey, the other surgery took a little bit longer, we've got to prep the OR, I'm perfectly okay with it. Why? Because I'm just not going to get excitable. About the time surgery is getting ready to take place, they came in and they gave me something called, I think, Versentin or Verfentin or something like that. It's just to kind of relax you and get you ready. My anesthesiologist came in, really incredible. We discussed what kind of anesthesia I was going to have. And there's really kind of 2 choices. One where they really put you all the way under, full breathing tube, propofol, coma type of thing. Or as I asked her about the nerve block. I'm 58 years old, so to me the idea is that less is more. And the less they have to put me under, probably the better it is. So she explained to me about the nerve block, and I asked the question I always do with my doctors. What would you go with for your family? And she said the nerve block, so we did. It sounds scary that they're going to put a needle down in here to reach your nerves and do all this stuff. Honestly, it felt like a little pinch, like somebody going like this. I hate needles, and I didn't really feel it. So you sit there for about 30 to 60 minutes after that, and to allow it to take place, and your arm starts getting kind of numb, and it's like you can whack it and you won't even feel it. So finally, about 4 people came in to wheel me off to the operating room. They gave me more of that Versentin stuff, whatever it's called. And that was the last thing I remember. They hadn't even given me propofol, fentanyl, nothing, and I was already out cold. But to be fair, I rarely put any kind of drugs into my system, not even Tylenol. So I got knocked out pretty quick. Woke up sometime later, I think about 90 minutes later, my hand was in a It's just got a little of the cloth to put over a wound and an ace bandage, no cast, no splint. They checked me out again, helped me get dressed, and we went home. So that went home, went to sleep, woke up this morning, had breakfast, had my coffee like normal, and that was pretty much the surgery date. Now to talk about day one after surgery, because that's what most people are interested in. The nerve block will stay in your system for a long time. During the night, it's like I couldn't move my arm like that. I had no control of it. I could pick it up and move it, which I did, and I would pick it up, move it, and put it in a pillow, and it would slip and smack me. It was kind of funny, actually, because you can't have any control. You can't wiggle your fingers. They're just sitting there. It is really like all communication is cut off to your arm. And keep in mind, I got out of surgery and left the hospital probably about 6:30 last night. By about 8 o'clock this morning, I could move my arm like this. I could move it a little bit like that. By about 9:30, I was wiggling my fingers. They did feel real tingly, like when you come out of Novocaine for dental work. The tips still feel very tingly. The thumb feels very tingly. But I can, as you can see, I can move it all the way around now. And every now and then I'll feel a little bit of pressure pain here, and if I just elevate it, about 5 minutes later it's gone. I have chosen not to take any of the narcotic medication. I just have an issue with it. I don't like it. Never tried it, and I just don't want it in my system. So I am operating on Tylenol right now. I'm guessing that as this nerve block works its way off, there is probably going to be a little more pain, but as of right now, it's just a little bit of pressure, to be quite honest. And considering for 2 years I have dealt with, it felt like a knife being shoved into my hand every single time it got banged or bumped. And if I was writing with it for any period of time, like 2 or 3 minutes, the pain just coursed up my arm. So a little bit of pressure, it feels like nothing to me. So far, I've been very, very happy. We're going to see how the next day or two goes. I see my doctor again in about 2 weeks. And I am looking forward to having my other hand done. So I will keep you updated, and let's see how this goes. Thank you.